Welcome to the Crosstown Nine podcast, Yankees podcast. Used to be Yankees and Mets. But we haven't done Mets in a long time, mostly because the other of us are Mets fans. Maybe we'll get back to that. But right now it's Yankees. A lot to go over. Went over a little bit on the live a couple days ago, but we're going to have a little more to go over now because there's some injuries that are popping up, some guys that are really struggling. Yankees just got swept by the Brewers. Speaking of sweeps, showing off your jersey there.
Got to. I had to.
Nick's got the sweep of the Sixers. What is worse, the Sixers getting swept or the Celtics losing to the Sixers and then they got swept?
Yeah, that's the hilarious part because I remember when the Sixers beat the Celtics, the big talk was that, how are the Knicks gonna compete with the Sixers? They have Maxey, they have Embiid, they have blah 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 blah, and then they
all stunk. Well, Embiid barely played. When he did, he got absolutely dunked on and then got hurt.
Yep.
So that's about right. That's about right for Embiid. How was who's their young guy? VJ Edgecombe. Was he actually good or was he just whatever?
He's good.
But in the series, was he good?
He was all right. They just don't have. They got tired by then. They played 6-7 guys.
Yeah, that's
so by the end they were just exhausted.
Yeah, and they also weren't that good of a team to begin with. So when you're not that good of a team and then you're playing your best 6 or 7 guys, it's like, okay, you're not going to do too well. But anyway, congratulations on your team getting the sweep to go into the Eastern Conference Finals, a New York team. So we had to shout them out as well. A team not to shout out right now are kind of the Yankees. They have been up and down a little bit all year. One thing that has been consistent has been their hitting. We're going to go over that in a little bit. They just got swept in Milwaukee. But before we start, and this was on the live a little bit, but I said I would do this on air for you as well so you can kind of get an understanding of it. So CC Sabathia was put into the Ring of Honor by the Milwaukee Brewers. For those that you don't know, he played for them for 2 months, 17 starts to be exact. They did not win the World Series. I thought he did, but I can't remember if he won the Cy Young that year. I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I don't think he did.
Cleveland.
He won it with Cleveland, but I don't think he did. I was talking to somebody about this because I was thinking maybe he won the Cy Young. I was like, no, because he was Cleveland, and then at the trade deadline went to Milwaukee. So he was in the AL, and then he was in the National League. So he wasn't going to win the AL, and I don't think he won it for the NL. The only one that won a second half Cy Young that I could think of, but they stayed with the whole thing, was when Jake Arrieta won the second half Cy Young that one year when he had a .25 ERA. But that's really it.
Yeah, he won the Cy Young the year before in 2007.
Yeah, so he didn't win it that year. So he didn't win a Cy Young. He also did not win a World Series. I believe they went to the NLCS, if I'm correct, but they lost. They didn't go to the World. Not even did they not win. They didn't go to the World Series. Yes, it was probably one of the best second half runs / trade deadline runs ever. But he got inducted into the Ring of Fame, Ring of Honor, whatever they call it. Doesn't matter. It's a joke. So you were saying you're confused by it. And I was like, I'll tell you, but I'll wait to get on air so we can talk about it a little bit. So the Milwaukee Brewers have standards to get in. Okay? Standards, we'll call it. Milwaukee Brewers Ring of Fame. Because I want to get this right. Because it's really, really dumb. And it's so dumb, I want to make sure I get the standards correct. Okay. So their standards are you receive the Ford Frick Award as an announcer. You get into the National Baseball Hall of Fame, which there's 2 people on this list. One, CC. That's how he got on it. There's another one on this list that was not a notable Brewer that is in the Brewers Hall of Fame because they made the Hall of Fame.
Was this an automatic thing?
It's an automatic thing. 2,000 or more plate appearances, 1,000 or more innings, 250 or more games pitched. If you've won an MVP, a Cy Young, a Rookie of the Year, a Reliever of the Year, if you managed a pennant-winning team, so no managers, you have a statue outside the stadium, which I was joking with a friend of mine about that one. It's like whether either you played, you've batted 200 times or 2,000 times, or if we erect a statue of you, you're in the Hall of Fame. If you got up a couple times, or if you played a year and then for another team you made the Hall of Fame, you're in. But also, if you build a statue, you're in. You were a manager for 20 years. They have another one elected into the National Baseball Hall of Fame, so that's a double one. The last one is you are a general manager for 10 years or more and reached the postseason. So that's like actually a hard one. Like you not only had to be a GM for 10 years, you had to have reached the postseason. Okay. So here are the people that are in. Hank Aaron is in, which makes sense. He was a Brewer for like a couple years, I think, but he started in Milwaukee. Then they moved. Like the team moved itself, not just him. The entire team moved. I only did people since 2000 because I thought it would be like, I don't know who some of these people are. They may have actually been good for the Brewers. Okay. Richie Sexton is in as a Brewer. Now, I remember him as a Mariner. I do not remember him that much as a Brewer. Ben Sheets is someone when I was on the live that I said, okay, I could see Ben Sheets getting in. Ben Sheets was really good. That makes sense to me. Here's a great one. Bill Hall. Do you know who Bill Hall is?
I do not know Bill Hall.
All right. I know Bill Hall strictly from MVP baseball. He was just a utility guy. He got in because of plate appearances. He played from 2002 to 2009. He was just a utility guy. He had no position. He literally his position is utility. Another one that I thought was a good one that I could see is Ricky Weeks. I know him as a Brewer, all-star, whatever. Corey Hart. I don't think he's a Hall of Fame guy, but for the Brewers, sure. He played there for like almost 10 years. I know him from there. Craig Counsell should be in.
Sure.
Right? J.J. Hardy, close, but yeah, I guess he could be in. Prince Fielder, automatic. Right? Automatic. Yeah. Ryan Braun, you can say whatever you want. Automatic. Yeah. Giovanni Gallardo. That was a borderline for me because he was good. He was like the best hitting pitcher of a generation. For the Brewers, sure. All right, here are the ones. And Jonathan Axford also got in. Great closer for them. Jonathan Lucroy, great for them. Here are the three that are just funny to me. Okay, CC Sabathia, already talked about. Francisco Rodriguez, all-time great Brewer.
The thing that confused me about the whole thing was because of that. Like, I know what CC did there was great, but it was not like half a season. Like 17, like what was like 17 starts, 15 starts.
But the requirement is literally just if you made the Hall of Fame, you're in. But he wasn't a Hall of Famer as a Brewer. Like
I know,
I guess part of his career, but
and I know what he did there was great, but you don't. He's quite literally the third team. What do you think of his career? You think of the Yankees, you think of
Yankees,
you think of Cleveland,
the third team,
and then you'll think of the Brewers.
You don't even really think about the Brewers until you're reminded, like, he went on this Linsanity run of the Brewers before Linsanity.
So that's what confused me, because I was just like, I saw the announcement that he was getting honored, and I'm like, why?
But wait, there was one more that I said was ridiculous.
Yeah, you said there were three, right?
All-time great Brewer, closer, Trevor Hoffman.
Yeah, oh my
pitched there for 2 years, but made the Hall of Fame. The best one here that they have that like is really funny is they have players, future Wall of Fame players that are currently active. So like these guys are in. They're in. They are on the wall.
Pretty much.
Once they retire, they're in. Willie Adames, Corbin Burns, Josh Hader, Jeremy Jeffress, Devin Williams, Christian Yelich, William Contreras. Once they are gone, they are in.
Yelich, I'm cool with. Hader, I'm cool with.
Hader's cool. Corbin Burns won a Cy Young with them. Sure. Yelich, is that who we already said? Yelich, yes. Like Devin Williams, but he's in because he was a reliever of the year. That's why he's in.
So
he won reliever
That's such
of the
a weird
year.
System.
Technically, Hader makes it because of games played, but also reliever of the year. Yeah. Corbin Burns actually is not in for games played just because of his Cy Young he's in. He did not reach the game played or games pitched threshold with the Brewers, but is in because of that. Yelich won an MVP, so he's in. Everyone else is just the regular. And I guess Devin Williams won Rookie of the Year as well. I don't know if I knew that.
Such a weird system to do a Ring of Honor or like.
It is.
your
It
Hall of
makes no
Fame or
sense.
whatever.
It makes a joke out of it. Like it makes a joke out of the whole
Yeah.
thing. Um. Anyway, that's the Wall of Honor stuff. Seamless transition into there. Um. Speaking of Wall of Honor, no, I'm just kidding. But anyway, the Yankees bats have not been great. Ben Rice started the season very hot, but is 0 for his last 13. The bats have been really bad. It's kind of been covered up for Ben Rice because he started so hot because guys like Austin Wells have been terrible. Like Austin
Yeah.
Wells has
And he
been
was
bad.
hurt. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they end up putting Rice on the IL, even though he's like fine, which I think they probably should have done it anyway when he got hurt
If to be
because
fair,
he's sat
to
for
be
5 games.
as of recording this, the Yankees Orioles game has started, and he is 1 for 1 with a base hit and a
Okay.
run. No, I just 1 for 1 with a base hit. Yeah,
Okay. Well, that's
I don't
good.
know what inning they're in or anything. I actually haven't been following. My computer doesn't want to follow things right now, but he is 1 for 1, so he does have a hit. So he's
Okay.
1 for his last 14 and not 0 for his last 13, like I just
Well, he broke
stated. You can
that,
call
so
me
we'll
a
see then if
liar.
he picks it up.
He
But
hurt.
I did find it weird they didn't put him on the IL when he missed 5 games anyway. But
Yeah.
I guess you just wanted him to rest
Well, they
and no
do
reason to
have
miss more games. But
a lot of guys on the IL, like Rodon just came back. We'll get to him in a second. Garrett Cole, Caballero before this, but he's not going to be on the IL. Or he might be. Who knows?
he might be.
Also injured. Jason Dominguez,
That stinks,
Giancarlo
man.
Stanton. Yeah. Dominguez comes up and immediately is gone because he went into a wall. He was 1 for 12. Is that right? No, 6 for 30. He was 6 for 30 on the year with 1 home run, batting 083 with the 1 home run before he got hurt.
Tough.
So maybe it was for the best. Maybe it was for the best. He can go back to the minors and
Well, now we
does
see
it.
Spencer Jones, which is crazy.
Now we see Spencer Jones. He just got called up, got his first base hit. I will say that first at bat was
I remember
completely
we were texting
overpowered.
about it.
Completely overpowered. He did not look like he should be in the
Poor
majors.
guy.
But what I can't even think of guy's name, Mazeroski or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude throws like 104. Like it's kind of
Yeah, he
crazy
was
how
throwing
fast he
heat,
throws.
and then he
He
threw a
throws
sick
absolutely.
curveball.
It's just like he just looks so overpowered in that at bat. It was
He was like,
crazy.
great. First at bat in the major leagues. See, the
And
guy
this is
with
who
the
I got to
fastest
face.
stuff.
Yeah, the guy throws the fastest in the entire league. He went 0 for 2 his first game, 0 for 3 his second game, 2 strikeouts, 2 strikeouts. Did work a walk in his first game. And then on Mother's Day, got his first base hit, first RBI. Did strike out there too. So he's already got 5 strikeouts in 3 games.
That's his game,
But
though. We knew that.
that's I was gonna say that's his MO. We knew that was gonna happen because he is a big home run, big strikeout guy.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of his stance. I knew in the minors he had that like crazy big leg kick and all that. I just think you see it. I mean, he's versing 104. Don't get me wrong, but you kind of see it in those at bats. Like he's behind.
Yeah.
And he's
And what I
struck out
heard,
5 times already.
I had read a report, heard a report that he's like constantly changing his stance. So he hasn't found one that he's comfortable with, which I wouldn't be surprised if that is leading to all of his strikeouts,
Yeah,
where he's just so uncomfortable because
which
he
is just
doesn't have a
crazy.
stance.
It's just crazy because he got called up to the majors. He doesn't have a stance.
I know. But I think he's an okay defender and he has crazy power. So I think the
Yeah.
hope is that he just figures it out. But yeah, it's wild that I think even over the past 2 years, like it's gone from he's mimicking Judge to he's mimicking Otani to like he's picking this up from this batter, doing this from here. And I'm just like,
It's just that leg kick is just very long. That's the
Yeah.
one that gets me. The leg kick is very, very, very long. He is 0 for 1 today. As we won't
Strikeout?
we won't do too much in the game currently going on, but I just wanted to see, yes, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He did
Nice.
strike out. So he's got 6 strikeouts in 4 games now. So Judge already also struck out and McMahon also struck out. The only hit is Ben Rice. So there you go. Trent Grisham's still at the top of the order. I love that. Anyway, so he's Rice gets his hit, but he's been struggling a little bit. Caballero gets hurt. Neither of us saw this game. I watched most of that game, but I got out of it. I went to go do stuff. After I think they were up like 2-0 when I left. And then they end up losing to on a walk-off, gets swept by the Brewers. We won't get more into that because they have an awful wall of fame. But Jose Caballero gets hurt. Now we have Max Schumann at shortstop. Do we see Volpe again is the real question.
Yeah.
Does Volpe come back up at this point?
Actually, I would
Um,
look at the numbers here. Would they have the wherewithal or the courage to bring up Lombard if he's doing okay?
it would be funny if they did something like that, I would think, mostly because they were so scared to ever call anybody up. And
I
then
agree.
like when they do, they're scared to call them down. Now it's just like just call them all up. Screw it.
Well,
Get
that's
him
the
up here,
crazy.
get him up here, get him up
It's the
here.
one thing I wanted to talk last week, but with me being in the middle of a move, it was hard to find time to record. But the one thing that the Yankees have been doing so much recently is just kind of the like, we don't care about the past, we don't care about the future. Like, if you're doing okay, we're gonna promote you.
Yeah.
Like they did it with the pitcher who's Elmer Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Um,
Who looked okay. He
like
looked
they sent
okay.
down
He
Heel. They told Lombard to go to AAA. They demoted Volpe, called Jason Dominguez up, now Jones. Like they're doing all these moves that I think in past years you wouldn't see the Yankees make. And like they would just keep a Grichuk on the roster. Like they would just keep all these veterans that don't work on the roster. But now they're like making all these moves that you don't know what they're gonna do next, I guess. Like in the past, I think you'd be like, yeah, of course Volpe's next. But like, is that the case? I don't think that's necessarily true anymore. And that also makes me curious come trade deadline, like how are they gonna be? We've done episodes before about hoarding prospects, like how aggressive are they gonna be come trade deadline? Because they're being
I
this aggressive with roster management so far this year.
I still think we're gonna see a trade. I still think we're gonna see a shortstop. I still hold strong on I know he's playing center now. Why not O'Neal Cruz? He's perfect for
Yeah,
Yankee
you've mentioned that
Stadium.
before.
He's perfect for Yankee. He's not as young as everyone thinks. He's in
Yeah.
his late 20s. So options if Caballero does go down for a little bit. Volpe back up. I guess Max Schumann. Max Schumann's a third baseman for anybody that doesn't really know. Ahmed Rosario could go to shortstop. He was a shortstop most of his career. They do also have Oswaldo Cabrera still down in the minors. He's not in the majors right now, but he's still on the 40-man
That could be a
roster. So
call.
these are
Yeah, that could
just
be a call up option.
these are
They
just
do love
guys that are
him.
already on the roster.
Yeah.
Elmer Rodriguez was already sent back down. Chase Hampton was sent back down. Luis Heel was sent down, as you already talked about. But I think Heel's also looking at an IL stint himself.
Yeah, I saw that
So
he was injured before even getting to the minors, or like when he was in the minors before he hasn't
yeah,
even made a start for them, right?
no,
Yeah.
he hasn't even made a start in the minors. He's been hurt. It's one of those things with I mean, we didn't have a podcast at the time, but we would chat. When he won Rookie of the Year, he should have been gone. And I feel
Yeah.
like every Yankee fan already knew that. Like out of all the people they had, like he was the one that was the trade bait. Like coming off the high of highs, if you watched him, he wasn't really that overpowering or that great. He had a good year. That was when they probably should have shipped him out, but they held on to him, and now it's showing. I mean, he can't stay on the mound. He gives up a ton of runs. His fastball's flat. It's
Yeah.
just it gets rocked. So, and here we are. He's in the minors hurt. So they're learning. They wanted that depth, but if he can't pitch, if he can't stay on the mound, if he can't go a couple innings, then what is even the point? He's just
Yeah, I'd
a
like for him to
reliever.
figure it out and be a bullpen arm.
I would
But
like that too. I think we talked about that as well, like putting him in the
yeah.
middle of that bullpen somewhere sixth, seventh inning. Just let him come in, throw about 100, see where it
Yeah.
goes. That's what a lot of these guys do. Those failed one, they'll throw 96, but they go into the bullpen. They're throwing 101 because you could let it all loose. You're
You
only
don't have to
going
save
for
your arm, yeah.
15, 20 pitches.
Yeah.
So let's talk about players that are doing well. Cody Bellinger doing really well. No home runs in his last 2 weeks, but batting well over 300. Looks like it was worth bringing back, even though a lot of
Yeah.
people say it was a lot of money and stuff like that. He's hitting the best. I mean, you could say Judge. Judge has 16 home runs, which is pretty crazy.
Great
Seeing
game.
it's been a month and a half, but he's only batting 268. So I guess Bellinger was a good re-signing there.
Yeah. I think that I think the only fear with Ballin, I mean, I guess people thought that how inconsistent he's been in the past, but I think he has gotten over the injury he had. What was it, 2 or 3 years ago now? I think he's
Yeah.
back to being 100% healthy and comfortable. That I'm not surprised that this year he's doing well. Um, the Judge thing is so funny because like this is like young, like how young Judge used to play, like just ton of homers, ton of strikeouts, not really hitting for average.
Hmm.
And so I wonder if like he makes the thing is he's Aaron Judge. He can adjust and do whatever he wants if he really wants to. But
Hmm.
also the crazy stat with him is the first inning homer.
Yeah, it's like 90
Like
something in his career.
he just rates in the first inning. It's so funny. But I think what you're gonna also kind of run into now, like who's our leadoff hitter?
Yeah, today
He
it's
has nothing
Grisham.
in front of him.
Today it's Grisham, and Grisham's batting under 200.
Yeah, like I think they're gonna have to do something with the lineup to put like you want him to not hit solo homers every time.
Yeah, that and the longer we go in the season with nothing around him, the more he's just going to get pitched around, which we saw in the
Yeah,
60 homer chase. We saw get pitched around a ton because there wasn't
yeah,
really a ton surrounding him. We've seen in the past with Judge as well. It's like there's not a ton surrounding him. So you could just whatever, don't pitch to him if he doesn't go after it. You just put him on first and he never
yeah,
scores anyway. That's why when like Stanton was really hitting, even when he wasn't hitting home runs, he was hitting behind him. It's like, well, you can't put him on because he may not be hitting home runs, but getting base hits, he's getting on base.
yeah,
He can drive him in. But the people behind him right now, I think Bellinger's right behind him. Bellinger's hitting, but he's just going to hit solo home runs. He just put him on base for now because no one's hitting behind Bellinger either. Like Rice, we just said, has a hit today, but he was 0 for 13. Caballero was 5 for 20. And you go down the list. Wells is like 1 for 30. Like
Wells has
he's
been
really
so bad.
struggling.
Both
He's
catchers
really,
have
really
been.
struggling. Yeah. At least Wells is supposed to be hitting though. Like that he's the starting
Yes,
catcher.
yes,
Like they've moved around other people for Wells. He is supposed to be hitting and he is not, and that is a big problem.
yeah. I think he for a long time this season was kind of covered by like the McMahon issues, the Jazz issues. Grisham honestly kind of the same. Like McMahon was so bad to start the year. Same with Jazz that like and Ben Rice was so good they covered up a lot of cracks. Same with Judge. But I think now that like McMahon's kind of evening out a little bit, um, that all eyes are kind of on like the other three, the Grisham, the Jazz, and Wells. And like we're now significantly into the season, about to hit the summer, and you guys have not gotten into any groove.
Yeah.
And like good defense can only take you so far. Like I guess because if they're just going to be that bad offensively, you're talking about Grisham being now your leadoff hitter, Jazz who's supposed to be a middle of your lineup hitter, and Wells who's supposed to be able to kind of flip that lineup. None of them are hitting.
Yeah,
So yes,
Grisham
you have a third of your lineup already just holds. And
Grisham has 5 home
God forbid
runs,
if any of your three big hitters go cold.
and I think he hit 2 or 3 of them on the opening day, didn't he?
Yeah.
Grisham, he had like 2 home runs on opening day, and he has 5, so that means he's only hit 3 since then. McMahon is at 218 with 3 home runs, but to start the season, he was like under 100. So
Yeah,
it shows that he's
he's
actually
been
hitting.
pretty good, yeah, the last few
Um,
games.
Jazz is at 207 with 4 home runs. So he's starting to put the home runs together a little bit, but he's just not getting on base. And then Austin Wells, 183 with 3 home runs. I think he had a home run the other day, but before that, it was like the Tampa series. He hit a
Yeah.
home run. He's just really nuts. He also looks behind on every swing. He just does not look like he's timing anything up. Looks like he's guessing up there, and you can't guess. Like yes, you don't know what's coming, but you have to have some sort of game plan in your head of like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm looking fastball, go for the fastball. If it's not a fastball and you can't adjust, you just don't go for it. But he just looks behind on everything that he does. Trent Grisham, I mean, 178, 5 home runs, 28 Ks, just doesn't. He's just not he can't be in the leadoff spot. That's the thing. Like two of the 4 people I just mentioned would be your leadoff guy, Jazz or Trent. Those would be
Yeah.
your 2 leadoff guys, and both 207 and the on base percentage is, let's see what the on base, 288. So he's not getting on base here. That's Jazz, and then 303 for Grisham. So at least he's getting on base a little bit. He actually has 4 more strikeouts than walks, so he's actually almost even with that. But you got to get on base. I mean, the
Yeah.
guy hit 34 home runs last year. He doesn't want to make it look like a fluke. Gave him a
Yeah, and
good
the
contract, though.
concerning part about that too is like coming off the Milwaukee series is that the regular season is what it is, right? Especially like there's so many bad teams, or average teams that you'll beat up on some of those. But we saw with a team like Milwaukee, we saw with the team like Tampa, the two teams that swept us, that we're going to see good pitching in the playoffs. And if this is kind of what it turns into, where we can't put enough runs on the board and our bullpen can't keep runs off the board, it's got to be much of the same thing.
Yeah. Speaking of pitching, let's flip the script to pitching a little bit. Max Fried struggled a little bit, 5 runs
Yeah,
against
it's tough.
Milwaukee. He gave up 3 runs against Baltimore. The difference is in Baltimore, they put up 11. When he gave up 5 runs, they put up 0. So he kind of got hit around. All the pitching got hit around a little bit. The one I really want to talk about, though, is Carlos Rodon. Rodon, that was his first start of the year, went
Yeah.
4 1/3 innings, 3 earned runs on 2 hits. The key thing is he walked 5 guys and hit another one. So he had 6 guys put on base just by, not putting contact on it at all. He had a couple of wild pitches as well that didn't go his way. It was really one inning though that really got to him. The first like 3 innings were shutout. He didn't give up anything. And then 1 inning, walked a lot of guys, kind of lost control. Maybe the arm got tired because he was just coming back. And I mean, it just all unraveled from there. But overall, personally, I think he's going to be okay. I think he got brought back just a start too soon, personally.
Yeah, I would almost consider it like his last rehab start, right?
Yeah.
Like I look at it more like that than his first actual start because it's his first one of the season, coming off of injury. Like all he was doing was tossing to minor leaguers to kind of just get his arm right. Now he's facing major league hitters and like getting back into the groove of things. That like it stinks that we lost and that he looked as wild as he did. But yeah, it's his first start of the season. I would start to get concerned as we get to like 3, 4, 5 starts, and if he's still walking this many people, then we can have a conversation. But first start, like we'll chalk it up to adrenaline and or nerves.
Yeah. And going back to Freed, just overlooking his stats really quick, he's either given up 3 runs, 5 runs, or no runs in every single start this year. 3 runs, 5 runs, or no runs. There's no 1 runs. There's no 2 runs. He's given up 5 to Milwaukee. He gave up 5 to the Angels, 3 to Tampa, 3 to the Marlins, and 3 to Baltimore, and then 0 to Texas, 0 to Boston, 0 to Seattle, 0 to San Francisco. That is kind of strange. Like it's like no 1-run games, no 10-run games, 5, 3, or 0. That's all he
Yeah,
does.
Ben Rice just hit a home run, so
And Ben Rice just hit a
all
home
my
run. So
criticism just
he heard
cut that
us.
out the
Yeah, he heard
podcast.
us. He heard us. I'm glad you're listening. Even though you're on the field, you got an earbud in, just like me at work. I got an AirPod in. I'm always listening. Thank you for listening to the
Oh my
podcast.
goodness gracious.
Um, we'll end on a positive note for a pitcher. Schlittler has been unreal. The dude has been crazy good all year. He has a .77 ERA in his last 14, which is about last 14 is about 2 starts.
Mhm.
0 runs to Milwaukee, 1 run to Baltimore, 0 to Texas, 1 to Boston, 0 to Kansas City. He also gave up 3 to Tampa, and he gave up 3 to Athletics, 0 to Seattle, 0 to San Francisco. And in that span, he has 59 strikeouts to 9 walks. Only gave up
Yeah.
1 home run on the year. I mean, he looks like an ace out there, which is pretty crazy because he was not a highly touted guy when he was coming up. He was just kind of like good, but not a top prospect.
Yeah, I think he's a Cy Young favorite. This like early, it's still early, right? Anything can happen, but I think he's
Mm-hmm.
a Cy Young, especially with Scooble out for like 2 months. Yeah, he's been great. There's not really much negative you could say about him. And I think what you said, yeah, that he coming up, like I think you could be excited about Schlittler and his stuff, but like for him to be a number one ace, and now you have like him and Freed as your 1A, 1B, and getting reinforcements from like Cole and Rodon kind of behind them. Like that's solid. That's really really good. And I hope what's going to be interesting too with the Yankees is are they going to do any funny business with his innings? I don't off the top of my head, I don't know how many innings he pitched last year. But I don't know if they're just going to let him kind of just go all out all season and just kind of see what his arm can take, or if they're going to be more cautious with him and like kind of innings limit.
He pitched 73 innings in the regular season and then 14 innings in the postseason.
Yeah.
So about just under 90, right?
Yeah.
Just under 90 innings or just
So
over 90 innings.
I'm
I'm not
curious
good at
as we
math.
get deeper into the season, are they going to be a little bit more cautious with his inning?
He is already at 53
Yeah.
innings on the year. And if you wanted to double down on them listening to our show, not only did Rice homer, but Grisham walked and then led to a 2-run homer for Ben Rice. So I just wanted to put you on that. To wrap up the show, I wanted to talk a little bit because you mentioned him as well. Garrett Cole. He has now made 5 rehab starts. I could just do this. He's made 5 rehab starts, 2 with Hudson Valley, and then 1 with Somerset, or 3 with Somerset. Excuse me. Overall, he's pitched 23 innings. He has given up 16 runs. Yeah, 16 runs, 22 hits, 22 strikeouts, and only 2 walks. So that's good. I don't see any of his like speeds or anything on here, unfortunately, which would be really good to have, probably because he's in the minors. 244 average against minor leaguers and an over 1 whip. So he's working through some stuff, but not working through great. With Hudson Valley, which is A plus, he has a 6.23 ERA. And with Somerset, which is double A, he has a 4.80 ERA. So we still might not see him for a little bit because he's clearly still working through some stuff down in the minors.
Well, so like I don't particularly care about his rehab numbers. Like I'm like, what is Garrett Cole possibly trying to prove down there?
Well, it's more of, for me, it's more of the whip being so high. The walks, that's why I said the walks being down is really good
Well, I
because
wonder if
that
he's just
means he's
attacking the
locating.
zone. Like I don't think he needs to like be painting the zone and trying to like go crazy on the batters. Like I wonder if he's just like going attacking the zone with everything that he has, and then like guys are just gonna hit and he's not gonna walk, and he's just gonna kind of get his reps in. But I think
That's why,
Boone had said that he did do another 2 or 3 rehabs, not rehab starts anyway.
yeah, he said that they'll do 2 or
So
3
we're
more where he
talking,
is. I mean, you got to put him in AAA before you bring him back up to the majors, I'd imagine. So you're going to see a couple more there. That's why I was saying I wish I can see his like his what his stats are currently, like how fast is his fastball going?
mm,
Because if he's attacking the zone, but his fastball's going like 93, that might be why he's getting hit around.
yeah, like if
But
his
there's
velocity's down.
yeah, there's really no way to see that. I'm looking around, but there's really no way
Let's
to
see if
see
I
that
got.
because he's in the minors, I think.
Let's see if I can find
Um,
something real quick.
but we're talking about a guy that lived on his fastball, and his fastball went 101 miles an hour and looked like it rose up. So hopefully he can come back to strength. And I mean, he doesn't have to be the ace, which is the big thing, right? Like he can come back and be the 4th or 5th, and it would be a blessing for this roster because they're so deep at pitching right now. And like I said, I know he had a bad inning, but I personally don't think Rodon actually looked as bad as the media would like to say he did. The media
Yeah,
doesn't like Carlos Rodon, obviously. A lot of fans don't like Carlos Rodon, which is kind of silly because he's been pretty dang good, except for his first year. I'm not going to sit here and just completely defend Rodon constantly, but I do think people need to really look at what he's done as a Yankee because he's been pretty good in his couple years here. But yeah, Cole just being a 4 or 5 would be huge for this roster.
yeah. Cause I think so. I just looked like in his last start, rehab start, which I think was yesterday. He was hitting like 96, 97 with his four seam, and was hitting like 89 with his slider from
Okay, well
the one
that's
clip I
good.
found.
That's
Um,
good.
but yes, I think a lot of fans were hating on Rodon when he was the number 2. like when he was supposed to be the guy with Cole as your 1-2 punch, and I don't think he was ever really quite that. But I think like last year when he was supposed to be more of the three with Cole, Freed, and him, like I think that kind of works out, and I think that's kind of what he did a slot in now, like with Freed, Schlittler, and him until Cole gets back, and then you're talking about that being your four. Um, that I also think now that I think he has a better mentality when it comes to pitching in New York, and I think the pressure is going to be off of him a little bit more.
I
That
do
he doesn't
too.
have to be the ace. They
Yeah, I
can
do
go out
too.
there and just pitch his game, and then like kind of see like just do your thing, and the other guys are gonna pitch 6, 7 innings. So
I- Well, what's really crazy to think about is this is his 11th season, Rodon.
crazy.
I did not realize that until I just pulled up his stats. By the way, I'm not saying like,
Well,
oh,
this
it's
is what
crazy to think
is
about.
this is fourth year of the Yankee.
This is his 4th year as a Yankee. He got
Yeah,
here in 2023, but he was hurt in 23, if you remember.
yeah.
Then he had a 3.96 in a full season in 24, but a 3.09 last year. He was pretty good last
He was
year.
good last
Over
year.
200 strikeouts,
Yeah,
a lot of walks still, but he was the reason people were upset is because White Sox 21, he has a 2.37. Giants 22, he has a 2.88. He looked like an ace. They signed him to a big money contract, and he just hasn't lived up to it. But I mean, the guy, I'm trying to look, he's 33 years old, just turned 33 years old. He's been in the league for 11 years. I actually still can't believe that. I didn't know he was in the league that long. Um, and he's been pretty good. But anyway, and we're not going to talk about him, but let's not forget about Ryan Weathers either, because he's actually been pretty damn good for the Yankees as like the fifth option starter that nobody really even thinks twice about. He's been pretty good as well. He struggled a little bit, and he missed his last start, but he's been pretty good as well. Any closing thoughts for you?
the bullpen needs help.
Yes. Well,
Bullpen needs help, man.
I specifically did not bring that up because I think on every episode we've talked about how the bullpen's been
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
So you can go listen to any of the other 5 episodes to hear about the bullpen if you
Well, I'm
want. But
mad
yes,
too
the bullpen's
because I
bad.
think at least for me, I don't know if you did as well. We had talked about Doval and how I think I talked about one
I
of
think
us
you
talked about
talked.
being excited
Yeah.
about him, and he has not been good.
No, he's been rough. And when we would talk about it before, we wouldn't talk about a certain pitcher. We would talk about they have like 2 guys that are really locked down, and
Yes,
everyone else is a question mark.
yes, yes,
And
yes.
the 2 guys that are locked down are struggling, and the people that are question marks are not question marks. They're cheeks. So like you got a bunch of cheeks, and then you got 2 guys that are supposed to be good, but when the guys that are supposed to be good aren't there, and everybody else isn't good, now what do you do?
Yep.
And for a team that's always had a strong bullpen, it's a very strange place to be in as a team. But knowing the Yankees' history, there's a 100% chance they'll be getting somebody. I mean, just last year, they went and traded for 3 guys, so wouldn't be
Yeah, and I
shocked.
think they're going to see what happens once those arms from the starting rotation move in to the bullpen, and I think they're going to call a couple of guys up to kind of fill in their bullpen, and then kind of see what the trade deadline looks like in terms of arms available.
We'll see. And we'll see. Well, anyway,
Because
thank you guys for being here and listening to the Crosstown Nine. You can follow us on social media at Crosstown Nine Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also subscribe to the podcast, whether you're on Spotify, Apple, or anything else. You can hit follow. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube. Just hit down below that subscribe button, give it a like, give it a comment, give it 5 stars, give it whatever they got going on there for that. I've been plugging it every single one, so I'm going to plug it here too. On May 24th, I'm speaking at Comic Palooza with Mad Props at 4:15 p.m. at the main stage. That is the George R. Brown Convention Center in Houston, Texas. So if you're around, come say hi. Would love to come see you. We can talk Yankees. I'm always down to talk Yankees. That is May 24th at 4:15 p.m. at the George R. Brown Convention Center, Comic Palooza. Get your tickets at comicpalooza.com. Sorry, I have to plug myself sometimes.
you know,
You
I'm not
got
going to
anything you want
stop
to
you.
plug? You got anything you want to plug? Get that
Go to the
jersey.
finals. Go to the finals.
You know what? I'm okay with that because my team didn't even make it out of the first round. I was drinking out of this cup all day. Sadly, drinking out of this cup all day. I love Desmond Bain. Anyway, thank you everybody for listening. We'll see you next week. If we pop on with a live, you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because if we pop up on a live, it'll be right there. It'll be available on all podcast platforms right after we end. All right. For Chris and John, see you later. Peace out.